Camera speeds.
Audio speed. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Can we flip it?
My name is Landon, by the way. I'm the owner of Studio Productions and also the owner of Full-Time Filmmaker. So one of our clients who's on retainer for social media content actually put us up for a large-scale commercial. So we're really excited to actually do a bigger project than what we would normally do with them. And the product they wanted us to showcase is actually a food product that's been out for a while, just a bowl, right? At this Mexican restaurant. It was really easy to actually take that product and just showcase it in the best possible light. It's been out for a while. Everyone's been loving it. It's been selling really, really well. And so we put it in a nice kind of home style scenario so we could really show all the work that goes into making this product, all the fresh fruits, the salad, the chips, right? And so that was the main focus, is really just showcasing this specific food product in the best light to ramp up their sales. So Studio specializes specifically in social media content, and so most of our retainers are actually for social media. We make lifestyle content, we make stuff that just looks really, really clean in studio, mostly vertical videos. And with this client in particular, they wanted an actual commercial 16:9 that would go on broadcast. It would be played as an ad. We finally got to flex our muscles, I think, more on the higher production side and just create a great video. So with this being a slightly bigger production, we knew we needed to have an AC, someone to pull focus. So our focus system of choice is the DJI Focus Pro. And we had a few different setups. We had our Alexa Mini LF that we were running, as well as the brand new Lumix GH7. And so between those two cameras, the Focus Pro actually worked perfectly on both of them. On the GH7, we would run that on the RS4 Pro, hook up our transmission with the Focus Pro to that system. And then on our Alexa Mini LF, we could slide it in with rails, mount it however we'd like to. And then as we were bouncing between both of those cameras throughout the day, our AC could actually look at each dedicated monitor and just pull focus how we'd like. So with this spot in particular, most of the movement was actually pretty predictable. We knew exactly what we were going to be doing. We had our Dana dolly either pushing in smoothly or we were moving side to side, trucking the camera. And then occasionally, some shots would actually be pretty difficult for our AC to grab focus. And in this case, the LiDAR was a lifesaver.
Hi, I'm Brady Bassette, and I'm a director of photography, and I was the DP on this Cafe Rio commercial. When it comes to the DJI Pro ecosystem, making the shoot work and work smoothly, I think that you've got the benefit of everything communicating immediately together. Again, if you're losing a minute here, a minute there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, things start to add up. So just having one less piece of technology able to kind of fail or miscommunicate is always a benefit when on a project like this, especially when the client is there, when you're already there for 12 hours. There's not really a lot of room to waste. So being able to have the gimbal, the RS4 work immediately with the focus system, and then the focus and the transmission system all work together, you're not wasting that 30 minutes of troubleshooting if anything goes wrong, of trying to connect this brand with this brand and why it's not working, etc. So I think what it all comes down to is kind of efficiency and reliability for me. There's a ton of products on the market, but I'm going to go for something that is going to work, and it's going to work smoothly and easy, and it's going to be easy to troubleshoot.
So with this spot in particular, we actually had clients on set. So we set up a nice little video village for them to watch, see what was going on, and also for our AC to be able to watch and then pull focus. So each camera had its own transmission system. So the GH7 flying on the RS4 Pro, great setup, super light, and we really only needed that for one specific shot in this commercial. Ironically, that shot didn't make it into the final cut, but I guess we'll show you guys anyway. But what made that setup so great is having it be so light, we could actually have Brady, our DP, follow the movement of the meat that we were dropping down really, really quickly. It'd be really hard to do that on an Alexa Mini LF. We'd have to rig it up totally different. So on the GH7, keeping it light, having our transmission mounted to the bottom through the Ronin, made that setup so easy.
I'd say that from a DP perspective, it feels as if DJI thought out kind of all the use case scenarios for their products in both small kind of indie productions and also larger productions like this. And by that I mean, we had the GH7 on a gimbal and the transmission fit nicely onto the gimbal. But say we need a quick switch over to our A camera, which is the Alexa, we had the transmission working for that as well, and it was easy to rig onto that. Or say specialty shots like our top down rig. We moved to that GH7, off of the gimbal and then rigged it up to a top-down rig so that transmission, everything flowed smoothly to be able to kind of move on to the next step. And that's what worked for me. Say we had the LiDAR working for one shot and then we need to switch to another A-B mark scenario where my focus puller is setting marks. It's not like you have to go change out your systems or change out your settings. It's literally just hitting one button and then you're good to go. But to me, it feels like DJI has thought out every scenario to where their products can be used and checks a lot of the boxes that you would see both on indie stuff and on real production film sets.
So obviously this wasn't the craziest of commercials, but the reliability you get with DJI is unmatched. That's why we use it for every big shoot that we have. And again, even though we weren't throwing the system in any crazy scenarios, we could always count on it doing its job. A lot of these shots too, Brady, our DP, was backed up into a corner. It was a really, really tight space. And so even though our AC was only around the corner, it was still crucial that he could nail the focus when he needed to. And so simply setting those in and out points, just like you would on any other focus wheel, was super important. And he nailed it probably 99% of the time. I think prior to this, we probably would have just relied on autofocus or manual focus, which in a lot of scenarios, and especially on this commercial, would have worked fine, but you hit that unreliability. You don't know if your camera is actually going to nail that focus on its own. And so actually hooking it up to a focus system with an AC, it just ensures that every shot, as long as the movement is good, the lighting is good, the talent's doing what they're supposed to, the focus is gonna look good and that shot's gonna be usable. What's been really interesting to see is actually this evolution that DJI has made over the years, and simultaneously, almost in parallel, the evolution that as a creator I've made going from really cheap production to now developing large-scale commercials. And I remember back in 2014, 2015, one of the first DJI drones you'd hook up an action cam to, and at the time, that was like the coolest thing ever, right? People didn't see aerial content all that much. And then fast forward to 2017, when the Ronin S first got announced, I remember pre-ordering that as soon as it came in. That just elevated our production to the next level. And throughout the years, we've seen all these new products in different categories come out from DJI. And now currently using this full suite of products, the focus, the transmission, the LiDAR to produce these high scale commercials, it makes you wonder in 5 years, what's it gonna look like?